All right, hey, we're going to go to the board real quick. We're going to do another heuristic. This is the one that's on my wrist. People think when they see this that is an equal sign. They don't see the very subtle, Dave is pushing in on it. Look at this. Look at the skill of him. They don't see that subtle little line between the two bars. It makes it a Z. And so we've called the show tonight the Z. Why? It represents something really simple. And maybe it'll be a benefit to you. But, you know, when you're a Christian, we hear a lot about, you know, rules and what you should be doing and all this stuff. But really what it means to be a Christian is to let go of, to die, to let go of something and let it die. So it's not working to being better. It's not, you know, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Those are human goals in the flesh. It's really letting go. And so this little thing sort of illustrates the process that the Bible describes in this heuristic. And what it means is right when you come to know Jesus, this is your flesh. And this top box represents your flesh. And it represents sex, drugs, and not rock and roll, but food. Whatever. Things to excess in the body, in the soul, right? It's how we are kind of living without Jesus. Okay, so we start right here, and then we come to know Jesus, and so we're here at this place, and better get rid of that. And what happens is our spirit is like a little zygote there. It's just very, very small. So Christians, when they come to know Jesus, they are far from perfect. They've just been sanctified and forgiven and justified by his shed blood. But as you live your Christian life, you start to learn to sort of die to this guy, this man of flesh, or this woman of flesh, more and more, not perfectly. I still overeat like a banshee. It's still something that's in me, and other people I know still drink, even though they know who Jesus is, to excess, or they might have aberrant sexual things that are involved in their life because their flesh is still alive. But as the flesh starts to diminish in the Christian life, the spirit gets bigger and bigger because you're feeding the spirit with dying to self and with prayer and with scripture and with fellowship and with serving. And so this is the spirit side of the Z. And this guy or girl just keeps getting stronger and stronger in the spirit to the point where it doesn't end. Look at that. See, this is open-ended. You want to get to the place where your spirit is just like humongous, even if you're still in a body of flesh that's only this size. But what you notice here is that the flesh side does slowly get to the point where it has very, very little power. Now, I've mentioned the things of the flesh, and I'm talking about physical things. That's really not what it's all about. Those things were all taken care of. Really what it's about is the heart. And the flesh, and it's the heart here that doesn't forgive and gets angry and hates and is jealous and or envious and all these things. That's what we're really talking about here. This stuff everybody is constantly dealing with, and we kind of focus on that. Well, you need to die to your fleshly this way. That stuff was taken care of by Jesus. If it wasn't, we're all screwed because we're all still in this flesh. Even really healthy, fit people will overeat and commit gluttony on a given night. So it can't be about that, but it is the heart. So what it is, let your heart go, your fleshly heart, and when there's a chance to forgive someone, forgive them, and the spirit starts to grow. When there's a chance to love your neighbor as yourself, do it. This guy gets smaller, this girl starts to grow, on and on and on, to the point where you want to become what we used to call, when I was a Mormon, the spiritual giant, meaning that almost any circumstance that comes your way, you're able to deal with as Jesus would do it. And that means dying to the carnal heart and will and living to the spiritual man or woman. Out!